welcome back to the Team Empire podcast. You're here with your host, Shannon. I have an awesome episode for you today with another bikini gal. I'm in my bikini gal era at the moment, loving it. And it's someone that I found last year competing, and I am just obsessed with her. She knows that, but we're going to talk all about her season from last year, what she's doing now, everything that you guys want to know. I have Barbara Dal Piaz on the pod. Welcome, Barbara.
Hello, everyone.
How are you doing, babe? You doing well?
Oh, I'm doing well. Doing well.
Yeah, cool. We're going to talk all about, I literally want to jump straight into it, but first, just wanted to touch on this because we are a podcast about New Zealand athletes. You will know our little Kate Carroll took out the pro win, so she's off to the Olympia this year, yesterday. Did you see any of those clips on Instagram and stuff? What do you think?
I did, and the reason how I found it out was when you posted, and I was warming up at the gym, and I was like, oh my gosh, and I could not believe it. She actually did it, and then when I seen that she beat Ashley, I was that was like incredible. It's just like, I know a win is a win, but that is like a crazy win.
Crazy win, yeah, because she's the GOAT, right?
Crazy win.
And she's been up against Ash K now. This was her third time, and she finally took her. So it was kind of like
I know.
Yeah. So go, Kate.
I was awesome.
Awesome, babe. And it's cool for bikini girls to like appreciate, someone taking that win. And I just wanted to congratulate her just first off, just real quick. Congrats, Kate. It's going to be cool to watch her at the O this year, taking it on for New Zealand.
Yeah, I'll be watching.
I'll be right there. Now let's talk about you, Barb. So last year season, for 2023 season, you competed. You had a really good season from what I could see. I was watching you in the lead up and Troy's posts of you and your updates, and you were just looking amazing. And you competed in the South Island Champs and Nationals. So we're going to talk all about it, babe. You, how was the prep leading into that season first off, and then we'll talk about your placings and how everything went. But how was the prep for last season? How did it all go?
All right. So that was my first very long prep. So it was 20 weeks prep for Christchurch, and of course another 6 weeks for Nationals. So it was very tough. I changed jobs during that time. I moved from Woomera to Christchurch. It was like everything happening at the same time. So it was very challenging, but I loved it. Of course, at some point you kind of get sick of it. Being in prep for so long, and then you really start craving, and you just feel like a zombie. And pretty much it is, until you have a proper off season afterwards.
100%. So it was a long slug for you, wasn't it? It was a long prep, but it paid off.
It was.
So well. You did the South Island Champs in Christchurch, like you said, and you took it out overall bikini. So talk about that show. Was that a fun show? What was it like backstage? Give us the vibe of that show for us.
It was really good. I was in such a good place. I was so happy. I was very emotional as well. Like, it was incredible. Even when I did my makeup, I nearly cried. I was like, oh my gosh, it looks so good. And then it was just so emotional. Everything, because like all the hard work and seeing that being paid off, and seeing, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I look like this. And then it's just like, it's so great. And it was really nice. We switched a little bit on the backstage. So we were sort of like upstage from the crown, and then after we went down when we were close to getting in.
Yeah.
But it was really nice. I was just enjoying really every second. It was really cool. For me, it did went way too quick. At the end, I wanted to take pictures, and people said, come on, we have to clean it up. You guys have to leave.
No.
And I said, okay.
Oh no, save it for Nationals. I mean, people like, what else can you do?
I know.
It was such a cool show, and it was really fun to watch. I think there was a live stream. I was catching bits and pieces of it here and there. And it was really, really cool. So do you live down in Christchurch? Why did you do South Island show?
I do.
Right.
Yes, I do live in Christchurch, which was really nice. A lot closer now, because when I was in Woomera, I had to travel quite a lot to do shows. And being in here, it makes it a lot easier and cheaper.
Yes, it's nice they have a South Island show for you guys down there. I mean, one's better than none, but we would love to have another
Yeah.
couple. But it is getting to be quite a busy and big show, so it's really competitive and fun to watch.
Yes.
Yeah, and nationals was huge. So, how are you feeling going from South Island to nationals? Was that a nice smooth road for you? How was it? How was it good? Were you just carving up? What were you doing in that time?
So, we were very lean for nationals, and then for Christchurch, and then the feedback was to come in fuller on the upper body, and so that's what we did. So it was quite fun because I was eating a lot more while people were still cutting. I was like building, and what happened? I do take quite seriously, especially feedback, and I went hard on. Hard on training, and I probably went a bit too much. Yes, because I don't know if you guys know, but when I was 2 weeks out, I triggered my both tennis elbows from both arms, and I did something to my knees. I don't know if I sprained it, both knees.
So
I know. When I had to tell that Troy, he was like, "Oh my gosh, Robert, what have you done?"
oh,
And I said, "I don't know."
So how did you manage? Did you just adapt your training in that time, or were you kind of just light stuff?
I know I couldn't train upper body. I was struggling to work, so I couldn't. I was struggling a lot to work, and with the lower body, I went to the physio. They said it's all good. You can wait 2 days and go back training again, but just go light. And that's exactly what I've done. But it just got worse, 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 worse. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'll be able to compete. And Troy said, stop, 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 stop. So then I had, leading up to the show for nationals, I just couldn't do any training.
No. Yeah. What about a pump
Oh
up?
my gosh, I was so devastated. Yeah, it was hard.
It's really rough, but you looked amazing. I don't know, you already had all the muscle there, so I guess it was just keeping it there with food and like things like that. And you came in looking full. Could you pump up on show day, or was that painful too?
Yes, I could. The only thing was I was very concerned of limping on stage, and I was like, I hope really that I don't limp and that I can actually walk with the heels. So everywhere I would walk with genders and try not to walk, and then just save it to the stage. And I was like, oh my gosh, I really hope I can walk again. And it did work out well. So I don't think people noticed, but yeah, it was quite tense.
So well, I had no idea. I don't think anybody else would have had a clue. Like, you did such a good job. Game face on.
Yeah.
Go in and do it. And it was a good show, babe. You got overall in your class. So you were the winner of your class, and then you went into the overalls to fight for your pro card. And
Yes.
Michelle took her pro card, but you were very close behind her. And one of the judges voted you as first place. So it was a very tight judging. But how was that? Was it cool? Was it a nice battle? Was it fun? Was it great to like connect with Rochelle? Like, tell us about that.
Yes, it was very nice. I wish I was in a better like mental state because I was so nervous about me walking on stage that I probably didn't enjoy as much because I was just concerned, oh, would I be able to walk? Would I be not? And then I was afraid to get marked down if I limped. And it was kind of hard to enjoy like I did in Christchurch. But I was very happy that Rochelle finally took the overall. I was expecting, to be honest, that she was going to take it. Because I wasn't feeling myself. I was just not. And it's different. You shine different when you're not feeling well. And she just shined. She looked amazing and everything top to bottom. Incredible. Yeah, incredible work that she and Sheena did.
Yeah, it was so cool to see, wasn't it? And it was cool to see you
It
back.
was.
You were very close right there with her, and it was really cool to see you push her, you know. It's not an easy thing to get a pro card, and it shouldn't be. So you made it hard for her,
Yeah.
which was cool. How's
Yeah.
it now? Has your body recovered? Are you good? Like, how's the elbows and the knees and everything now?
All right. Good news. My upper body is good. So I am pushing hard on the upper body, which is my feedback that I have to improve. I have to come in bigger. So that's what me and Troy are working on, like a lot. And for the legs, on the other hand, not quite. So I do have a problem that I push myself too hard, and I do have that very strong mental that I can push really hard and beyond the pain. And I'm very impatient, and I think what I did was just set me back more because I was recovering, and then I got excited and oh my gosh, let me push a bit more. And then it just go back and then back and forth. And then I'll say it, okay, 2 months without training. Let's just do nothing. Just stretch. And then, yes. And then now it's slowly coming back again. Yeah. So that's the hard part. Yeah.
So what can you do for lower body now?
Not being, sorry?
What can you do with your lower body? Like, are you able to do squats, but they're like really, really light, or is it like really nothing at all, or just like maybe leg extension?
Body weight.
Oh.
Yes, body weight. And then I'm slowly trying to put on some weight.
Okay, right, gotcha.
Yeah.
And building the upper body. So you're doing like more shoulders and back days, lots of those?
Yes, a lot of back and shoulders, a lot of back and shoulders.
What do you prefer?
Which I love, which is nice.
Do you like upper body, upper or lower? Do you normally prefer? Which is your normal preference when you're feeling good?
If I'm feeling good, glute. Always.
Damn it. They'll be back. You'll be back. You'll be back.
I know, yeah. I think because I can really push it. I can really, really push it. And then on the upper body, I have to be careful with my tennis elbow because if I do push too much, it triggers. So I kind of need to find the balance and try my best to push hard enough, but not too hard.
Gosh, that's so hard because how do you, when you want to go all in, it's like, pull it back.
I know.
How have you been since nationals, like reverse dieting and stuff like that, other than the body and whatnot? But have you been okay? Have you reversed out nicely? Are you feeling good about your body now? Like, how are you feeling about it now?
I am feeling good about my body. It was not an easy after show. It was not. Yeah, hurting myself really got to me. But most because I've worked so hard and then it was such a long prep. And then just all of a sudden everything is just like snapped. And then there's just nothing you can do about it. And then even after the show, I just couldn't train. For 3 weeks, I couldn't do nothing. Upper body, lower body, nothing. I just couldn't do it. And that was so hard to me. And I kind of did took it on food.
Oh no.
Yes, for a whole week, I just ate too much, way too much. Gained 5 kgs in a week. And then I kind of put myself together and I said, Barbara, that's enough. Let's go back. And then I've kind of lost 3 kgs just by reversing. And then I've been good ever since. But that was a tough one after show. Yeah.
Yeah, we sometimes go into those little holes, hey, and it's just trying to get back out. But if you have that discipline like you have, it makes it a little bit easier. Have you still had Troy coaching you since the show, or did you kind of just take a break?
Yes, no, always.
That's so
always.
You gotta keep him right by your side. It helps a lot.
Yes, it does. And especially when you're not feeling that great, and it's nice to have a coach to talk to you. And it was very beautiful. Before I went on stage, it's kind of nice. He sent me a message. Oh, you look amazing. I'm so proud of you. And I was like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't cry. And it was just so nice. Like, because for him as a coach, it's so nice to see your athlete actually doing everything that you've taught her to do, and then seeing the before and after. It's amazing. And I've changed like a lot from my first show. It's crazy, like unrecognizable, Barbara.
I love it.
It's thanks to him as well. Yeah. I wouldn't do it without him.
Oh, such a good team you guys are, and that's what bodybuilding is. It's a forever journey. You know, it's always building in, and if you want to give it the long term, like you'll go far, which is what you've done. So speaking on that, when was your first ever show, and how did you get into bodybuilding?
Okay, so for those who don't know, I was working on a dairy farm. And my partner, he said, oh, I think I want to do bodybuilding. And I said, oh, bodybuilding, huh? And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, wow, I think that would be quite good for me, wouldn't it? So I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna give it a go, but I'm not sure if I can handle dieting, because I thought, oh my gosh, I think that's so hard. And then I started slowly, and I actually enjoyed, and I just couldn't believe what diet can do to you. Yeah, so it was pretty cool. I was eating like 4,000 calories, working on a dairy farm and training, and I was shredded.
I love that. So much fun.
I was struggling to put on weight because I was eating so clean, and then I was just drinking a lot of mass gainers and trying to, but it was a really cool experience. So I competed in 2021. I did Auckland Champs. That was my first show. And then later on that year, I did Christchurch.
Cool.
Yes. So I took both classes that I was on, and overall, I have no idea.
And what about nationals? Did you do nationals that year or no nationals?
No.
Oh.
So 2023 was my first nationals.
Oh, wow. And look how well you did.
I know. I was like, oh my gosh.
I have potential.
Can't believe it.
I love that so much. And then, so I have to ask, what's next? Like, are you planning on competing this season? Or are you going to see how your body goes? Or are you going to keep it a secret? Any of those answers are fine, but I have to ask what you're going to do.
All right. I even tried to convince Troy of competing this year. He said no.
Oh, no.
And I said, I totally get it. He said, it's not fun, Barbara, to do a prep. When you're injured, you're just going to make things worse. So unfortunately, I'm not competing. I am quite gutted, especially because there will be a natural show in Christchurch. Yeah. And I was so excited to do that, but my body is just like, no, you're not doing that. Next year.
Next year, exactly. So you're going to aim for next year, aren't you? Because you're not done yet, are you? You're
yes.
Some time. It's just
giving. Oh no, I'm going back.
I love that. It's so good. And that's okay. There's just more time for you to build and watch the shows and get into, just keep yourself absorbed. And it goes so fast, doesn't it? From season to season, they go really fast. It goes,
and it does make a huge difference when you do an off season.
That's what I'm doing.
It's not the same doing show back to back. When you actually do an off season, it's incredible what you can build. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so exciting. Well, we can watch the shows together because we'll both be in the audience for this year. But then next year,
yes,
the shows together, it'll be like a whole perfect timing.
No, it will be. Yeah.
And so you'll go watch the Christchurch show this year, and then will you
for sure
come up for nationals, or will you just go to the Christchurch show?
I'll go to the Christchurch and I'll see how it goes for nationals.
Yeah, nice.
I'll try to be there, but we'll see. There's a lot of things can happen.
And it's a while away, so we'll just leave that for now.
Yeah.
I'll be down at the Christchurch show to watch this year. I have a client competing in bikini, so I'll be down there so I can meet you in person and we can
watch amazing.
We're not going to do a workout together because you'd probably kill me on any normal day. We'll just watch the show. Let's talk posing for a second, because I think your posing is stunning. You have such composure on the stage. You look like you've been there millions of times, like it's your home, Were you happy with your posing at your shows? Because I know we always pick holes in it ourselves. Were you happy with your posing, or is there things you're working on? Tell us about that.
I was extremely happy with my posing, and I earned everything to Renee Garner. Oh, she's a queen. She's just, pardon me, but the best. Yeah. She's the best. She's the best, hands down. She knows what she's doing. She has this eye to detail. And the way I was posing before her, it was not good, because she makes you look the way you're meant to be looking. So it's like showing the best version of you, and it's tiny details, and then you've got to practice, and you have to have a posing coach, because doing yourself, it's not the same. You don't have that critique, and she's very good at, and then she will tell you, it's not good, Barbara, do it again. And I loved it. I love it. I don't like it easy. I like do it again.
I love that. Yeah, you want someone to push you, like not like
Yes.
you in cotton wool. You want them to be hard on you and make sure that
I
it's
like people to be hard on me. Yeah, it's just that's why you're gonna do it. That's what I'm gonna do, and that's what I'm doing.
doing nothing else. I love that.
Nothing else.
That's a mindset to have. If you guys are watching on YouTube, I'm going to put up a little bit of Barb's posing from nationals because there's a video on YouTube of that. So I'll just put up a little clip of that here. And did Renee, how many times did Renee change your posing routine, or was she pretty good with keeping the same one as you guys were practicing?
No, changing always. As the physique was changing, she was making adjustments because, well, before the show you look so flat and everything is just like gone. So you keep adjusting, and then as you are becoming fuller, I'll let's do this instead. And then always changing off season, prep, always changing and always working. Yeah,
that means she's a good coach. Like a good coach will have you changing, otherwise it would just be weird for them to have you do the same thing. But it's cool to have the changes, and you're always learning about different poses. Is there a part you find like the most difficult out of posing, like the walk or the back walk or like the transition? Like, is there any part that you're like, oh, I just struggle a little bit with that part?
The walk.
Oh, it's always the walk. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you said, Barbara, release the arms, you're too tense. And I was like, okay.
Keep your shoulders on.
I know it took a while for the walk. Oh goodness. It was tough. And then she said, relax your arms, relax, you're too tense, you're like that. You have to relax. Yeah. And and the same for like doing the front pose when you have to twist everything. I was like, holy heck.
Yeah.
And then you have to keep practicing because it is hard on your lower back a lot. So you have to keep stretching and practicing because if like the first two shows I didn't practice enough and it was hard because you can't just twist yourself that much. So yeah, you got to practice. You have to practice your posing. Yeah.
It helps so much. Otherwise you don't know how long you're going to stand there, do you, until you've done it? You know, you've got to practice.
No, you can have a big lineup and then you'll be it's like, oh my goodness.
Long time, and if you fall out you might lose your spot. So how often do you practice, like, but leading up into a show, maybe like in the prep section of like leading into a show, how often will you practice? Every day or like twice a week, or how often?
Every day.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, every day. So I like to keep it as a routine. So I found that doing that first thing in the morning, I won't miss it.
Yes.
Because like sometimes like in the gym, it's quite nice posing in the gym, but sometimes it's so full and people staring at you kind of makes me uncomfortable. So doing first thing in the morning, it's done. Yeah. You've done it. And then it's automatic. You don't have to think. Especially when you're on stage and everything is just, I don't know, you're not even thinking clearly. And
you practice.
Let me tell you something funny. In Christchurch, someone called my name after I've been on stage, and I was like, oh, it's me again. Said, Barbara, step out of the stage. And I went to the side. It's like, no, out of the stage, Barbara, it's not your turn. I was like, okay, bye.
Was it another Barbara? How did they do that? Was it two Barbara?
No, they called my number. I think I don't know how, or if I heard my number, I just, it's my turn. Oh, here we go. Because you don't think. No, you just don't think. All you think is like you have to pay attention to your number. They might call your name, but it might be your number. So keep calling. And I kept telling my number over and over. And then, my number. Oh, here we go again. I didn't even think, like, it's not even my class, but I went in.
Out there with the figure girls or something. And
No, it was the bikini, but I think it was the tall one.
Well, at least you've got a story to tell, and that's funny, you know. There's a little funny.
I know.
I love it. I love that. So going forward, you're going to stick with Renee as your posing coach and Troy as your coach as well? You're going to stay with the same team?
Yes.
That's cool. You make a great team, you three, so that's really good. And I know he loves Renee as well. He enjoys her posing as a coach. So
yes.
And he's fussy, so that's good. It's a good matchup.
Yeah, he is very,
But it's supposed to. A good coach would be fussy.
Yeah, you mentioned, yeah.
Yeah. So how is so I asked about your training, how's it going at the moment, but what's your split look like? Do you have like still a split even though you're managing your injuries, or do you do rehab? Like, what does your training kind of look like?
Well, at the moment, my upper body, I do back and shoulders and back and shoulders.
I love it.
Yeah. And then I do kind of like a glute session very lightly, and some leg extensions that I have to do it. Even though I got quite fortunate big quads, but I still have to do them to get my knees the strength back. And I'm doing Pilates once a week as well.
Nice. And do you enjoy
Yes,
it?
I just started. Yeah, it's great. I love it. I love it. Yes.
Well, that's good, babe. At least you're doing something, because it would drive you nuts not being able to do anything, Like, it's nice to have something to commit to and have still in a routine.
Yes, yes. Oh, no, for sure.
And what about your nutrition? How's your nutrition looking? Is because you're doing less work, are you eating less food, or how does that all look at the moment?
Yes, I am eating less than what I normally eat, which is scary amount of rice. People do not believe me, and I'm saying it is true. So at the moment, I'm eating 1.3 kgs of rice and a day.
I love it. It's so good.
Yes, and probably because I'm not pushing that hard. So as soon as my weight stabilizes, Troy cranks it up, and then here we go again.
Into it again. Nice. And do you like rice? Is it one of your favorite options for carbs? It's just easy, eh?
Well, because I have a very fast metabolism, I kind of have to. I would struggle to eat all the carb. I wouldn't be able to eat potatoes because I just couldn't do it. It's too much. Yeah. So it is a big struggle on the off season, and I do force it a lot because I have to have it, but it works well. It works really well. And well, if it works well, you have to do it. But doing prep, it's amazing. I love the amount that I have to eat in prep.
Nice.
That it's like normal.
It's not full. You're not full all day long, kind of feeling.
No, but I do feel quite hungry, even though I'm eating quite a bit. Oh, yeah. It's just like, ooh, my body is asking for more.
Yeah. Metabolism is going and it's ready to go. So do you prefer like a prep diet to an off-season diet? Do you prefer to eat a little bit less and a little bit more kind of thing?
Less.
Oh, more on the less side.
Yes. Less is better. Yeah. Especially having to eat this clean. When you're prepping, it's so easy. Oh my gosh, I can eat so quick. But in the off season, it takes forever to go to a place. I don't like it. But
yeah, it's got to be done.
You got to do what you got to do, don't you?
Yeah. And it's more expensive and more cooking time, more prepping time. Like, it all adds up, doesn't it? Eventually, it's a lot of food.
I know, yeah, but the good thing is I like to keep it very basic. So if I'm eating always rice, all I have to cook is 2 or 3 pots of rice, like the big containers, for the week, freeze it up, and then that's done.
Ready to go. Yeah, you just learn it, right? Once you've done it a few times, it's
you know the drill.
100%. Who's your favorite bikini athlete? Do you have any favorite pros or Olympians that you watch or you follow or anything like that?
Oh, I love Isa. Isa Piscini. I love her. I do like her. I love her physique. I love the waist that she's got is crazy. And I can't wait for her to go back up again. And I think she's working really hard.
Yeah, she's working hard. And she looks great. And it's been a few years since she won the Olympia, but do you think she can do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has.
She got that mentality, and you can see it. Yeah. She's not gonna. And I find her so inspiring. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, she's great to watch. She's so beautiful too, isn't she? She's just like stunning everywhere. So I hope to.
Yeah.
Top to bottom. Yeah. I don't know if she's qualified for the Olympia yet, but I'm sure she probably has, and she just will be there. We'll be watching her go up against Kate. That's crazy. Like,
I know. Oh, that would be so cool. Oh my gosh. But I really hope that Kate goes really, really well. Yeah. Same. And if she can beat Isa, yeah, go for it.
It'll be so cool. Why not,
Okay.
We get to meet
I
them
know.
all. Oh, I just love it. So cool. We'll get lots of photos and feedback when she gets back about how all the girls were backstage. I love
I know.
it. What are your ultimate goals with competing? So you love competing. It seems to be like in your blood. You've got a lot of discipline and drive. I love that. And good bodybuilders have that kind of mentality. So how far do you want to go? Do you want to go to Olympia? Like, what is your goals?
I want to be Olympian champion.
Go, yes. I love that. Go all the
Go
way.
big or go home. And
100%. I love that. So pro show first, like get pro card first, and then
yeah, broke out first.
go to the pro shows, win a pro show off to, and it can be done. Obviously, we know it can. So, I love that, babe. I'm going to back you on that. That's so exciting. So, do you think pro card? Well, you have to back yourself. Pro card for next year. Oh,
Fingers crossed everywhere, girl.
we're manifesting. We're not jinxing. We're manifesting. So, we're putting
Oh,
it
we're
out.
manifesting. Yeah, no. But if it doesn't come, it's not the time. So, but I like the moment that I turn pro, I want to be ready to go overseas.
Yeah.
So there's no rush. There's
Yeah.
just no rush. Whenever it's time. But I want to be ready when I get the pro card.
Yeah, you want to be ready to do pro shows, right? Not be like, oh, now
Pro shows, yeah, pro shows.
it's not like another step. You're already ready to go.
Yeah, big steps. I'm joking.
Straight in there. And now Rochelle's gone, so that's great. So you don't need to worry about her competing in the amateur pool. So she's out. So you've got a really, really good chance. It just depends on who turns up on the day, doesn't it? Would you consider competing overseas to get your pro card as well? Like maybe going to Aussie or going somewhere else as well and doing regional shows if that was an opportunity?
I would.
Oh, you would, yeah.
I would. Yeah. I would always check with Troy. I haven't said, what do you think of me competing in Brazil? And then he said, oh, Barbara, I think they're pretty good in there. For those who doesn't know, I am from Brazil, and oh my gosh, I would love to compete in there one day. Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
We never know.
No wonder, look at you. No wonder you've got the perfect bikini physique. You've got the blood in you, the Brazilian blood.
I know, but funny enough, I was such a skinny girl when I was growing up. So skinny. I went to the gym to gain weight.
Gotcha.
I was determined, like, I want to gain weight. I don't want to be this skinny.
Oh,
And it was funny, yeah, because then I was like, I need to build. I want to build.
because most girls want to get small, don't they? And it's like it's nice when you want to put size on and be like, healthy and full and have muscle and all of those things. So when did you start, when did you get into the gym?
All right, I was 16. But I always been very athletic. So I used to play indoor soccer. I'm very competitive. I kind of gave up now because I know it wouldn't be good for me now. Too competitive. and I did 100 and 200 meters flat, so I'm pretty fast as well.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah.
And that builds up.
So it's pretty cool.
Stuff like that. When you're younger, getting into sports, it helps, right? And it makes you more sports later too because you're into it and it's like a discipline thing.
Oh yeah, even more. Yeah. And then when I started the gym, I was just stoked. And then I didn't know what I was doing, to be honest, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna eat more like potatoes and chicken and beef, and then I'll try not to have fried food. And oh my gosh, everything just came along. And then people was like, oh my gosh, what's the secret? What are you having? I was like, I just asked the personal trainer, what should I eat? And she said, eggs and carbs. I had no idea. And then funny enough, and then I started doing like a cut phase and I didn't knew where to stop and I kind of lost a bit muscle. And then I was like, let's go back up again. Yeah. And so very young. Yeah.
16, it's crazy. So, but that's good though, because it teaches you a lot as you are becoming an adult, right? So it's not like you become an adult and then you have to learn all these things. It's kind of like you learn at a good age, don't you think? It was like teaching you things.
It is. And it's good. Every time, like when I started the gym, I felt everything just moves better. My posture is better. Everything is better. And I was just so stoked, especially when you're that young, because you want to look cool and and then it's so amazing. Yeah. And it was nice seeing the changes on my body. Yeah. And especially I was quite bullied at school and it was so hurtful. And then I will never forget this girl that she said to me that, oh my gosh, Barbara, your glutes are so small. And I felt so sad about it. And then, oh my gosh, I think that's why I work so hard. I'm like,
Yeah, screw you.
she follows me now. It's quite funny. But it was nice. It was nice. I was so determined. I always been like so determined on everything. Everything happened to me very young. I've moved to New Zealand when I was 18. It was crazy, crazy. I don't want this life for me. I came from a very humble family, and I said, I have to go after. I have to go after. Doesn't matter, and I need to make this happen. I don't know how, but I'm going to figure it out. And you always do when you set your mind to it. And here I am.
I'm still going. And do you love New Zealand? How's it been since you've been here?
Oh, I love it. It did took a while for me to get my residency. Gosh, it was 9 years.
Oh, yes.
I know. Oh, I'm so patient. I know. Talk about resilience, and yeah. And then that was always my priority. I need to make sure that I have the right to stay in New Zealand. I want to be a citizen one day. And then I finally got my residency. So I was so happy. That was all last year. Everything just happened last year. It was crazy. It was a very good year.
Big year, huge one for you. Nice. It's nice to have a quieter one this year, maybe. It's like
I know. That's why I think it's a bit quiet, because it was so full on last year.
take a breath and then we'll get into it again next year. I love that. Who did you move here with? Was it family or did you come solo?
A partner.
Oh, cool. Oh, nice.
Yes. Yes, I have a partner. Brazilian partner. Yeah. We
and
came together and sorry?
You guys are still together?
Yes.
Of course, but I just want to make sure you don't carry on the conversation in the wrong direction. I love that.
I know.
Nice. Oh, cool, guys.
Yeah, very proud of me.
Yeah, that's like 18, like it's quite, and it's not moving to like Australia, it's moving across the world, it's huge. It's coming all the way over different like language and everything. Did you have to learn all of that from scratch or did you prepare? Oh,
yes, I did. But the thing that is good about me, I like to talk a lot. If you haven't noticed yet. So I was living in a house like with 20 people. So I either had to learn Spanish or English. So I kind of pick up Spanish in 3 months. I was speaking fluent Spanish. It was crazy. And then English, I had this urge to talk so bad that I've learned very fast because I needed to communicate. It was like killing me. I have to communicate. Yeah. There's so many people to talk about, and oh my gosh, so everyone has different experiences, and it was great. Yeah. I've learned so much. Yeah, you grew up so much, and leaving your home country and starting everything from scratch, knowing no one but your partner. It's scary. But it's been great. I would do it all over again.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, New Zealand's lucky to have you. So it's so nice to have you.
Thank you.
You're amazing. You do such great things and you're such a great person. So it's nice to have you here, you and your partner. What do you do for work? I know what you do for work now, but tell everyone because we don't know what you do. What do you do?
All right. I am a warranty administrator for heavy machinery. So big tractors, combines, head harvesters, you name it.
Is that from like, did you get into that from like the dairy stuff? Like, did that kind of sink over? Yeah. Okay. So
yes. I did 7 years on the dairy farm. So my first 2 shows was while I was on the dairy farm. And then I kind of felt I can't do both. I have to choose, and bodybuilding was like, I want to do it. Yeah, no. And then I need to find another job. I need to find something different. And then I found this great job working sort of in the farm, but not in the farm.
Bit of both.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, that's cool. And what does a day look like for you? Do you get up in the morning and do your gym, or do you go to work and then do the gym? What does a day look like for you, like normally?
So normally I have a very early wake up. It can be between 4 and 5, depending how good I am. I do have a very long routine in the morning that I like to stretch I do breathing exercises as well, posing, and then breakfast. Then I go to work. After work, gym.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a
I
lot.
don't. Yeah, I take too long in the gym, I think. And I don't like to rush it. So I prefer doing after.
Yeah.
And I love to do sauna as well every now and then.
So you must be out of the house like a good chunk of the day, probably quite long hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
She's a busy girl. And what does your partner do?
So he works for 10 things. So they set up temporary fencing on the for constructions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
you're both busy. Busy couple. Busy bees.
Busy couple. Yeah. But there's a big but. I am thinking of doing something completely different soon.
Ooh. Is that all you're going to tell us? You're going to give us a teaser?
Not yet. Not yet. I'm working on it. Yeah, we're both working on it. Yeah, so it will be great. I always wanted to do this since I was a girl. I haven't started uni to do that. I did something else, but it was my second plan, and I was like, I think I've meant to be doing that job.
Yeah. Got to do what you're like, your heart wants to do. I feel it really makes a difference.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
really cool. Oh, well, I'm excited to hear about it whenever it happens. I'm sure we'll get a little glimpse of it. And who knows, we might do. You're quite quiet on social media usually, aren't you? Unless it's like prep. So we didn't get to see what you were doing, and I was like, is she going to compete this year? And like, it's so sneaky. But as soon as we find out, I'm sure we'll be excited for you. So will you share? Maybe, of course, you probably, if it's a new business or something, you might share it on social media or something.
Yes, I will for sure. Yeah, I do want to start being more active on social media. I just don't know why I'm not. Yeah, I do need to be more on it. Yeah, I think I do like to hide it a little bit, to be honest. I do like mysterious. But I think it's time to share more. Yeah.
It's hard because you get so each day kind of might look the same as well, and you're probably like, oh, people might not be interested. It's the same day, in bits and pieces, but people like to see maybe training or things like that. But also, there's no pressure to do Instagram. Social media can be really hard for like the mental health and stuff, and it is nice to be mysterious, and then you just turn up.
Yeah.
Say, here's Barbara.
I was like, oh my gosh, who's that? Yeah.
I love that too. So there's no pressure there at all, babe. But when we hear about this new venture, we'll be excited to hear about it. So we'll stay tuned on that one.
Yeah.
One of my last questions for you: if you didn't have a blue bikini, what other colors would you consider? Is there any other options that you're like, well, I'd like to do that one day or something like that?
Yes. So I already competed in red, and I also loved it. But I was blondie. So I would like to try green and purple.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah, there's so many options, and I'm sure you'll do enough shows that you could wear a different color every time. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
why not? It's nice to get adventurous with the colors and see what suits you, and you don't win from the color of your suit, so it's nice to play around with things, right? It's fun. Fun part.
I know that's choosing the color and it's so amazing.
It's all the little girly accessories that we get to do at the end, isn't it? So it's fun.
Yeah.
Are you more of a prep girl, or do you prefer the off season? Do you like the stress of prep, or do you like to have a bit more chill in the off season? What's your favorite part of bodybuilding?
Prep.
Oh, the prep, yeah.
I love it. It's funny enough. I like to look like a freak. I love it.
All the veins and the.
I know, yeah, and it's funny enough. I don't like to hide it either. So at the gym, it looks very scary. Yeah, but I love it. I love it. And you can even feel the guys being uncomfortable. It's like, I know, tough love.
Sorry, boys, you got to control your.
Sorry, work harder.
Exactly, and you're like, I'm injured too, but look at me, I'm so shredded.
I'm so jacked.
Love it. Oh, Barb, that was really good to chat to you today. That's kind of all the questions that I had for you for now. But have I missed anything? Is there anything you'd like to add?
No, not really. I think I've said quite a bit.
I love it. But I'll ask you next year when you compete, would you be interested in coming back on the pod and we can chat about your season as you head into the season?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Okay, Oh, I love that so much. I'm sure everyone will be excited that you're going to get back on the stage. It's okay that it's not this year. We're always happy to wait till the next season. Whatever's going to be done for your health is first and foremost. And it's just good to see our bodybuilders looking after their health. That's the most important thing. A healthy body is a beautiful body, and that's what we need. So it'll be fun to see you get back up there next year. And we all know you're grinding away in the meantime. We know that you're, even if you don't post about it and you don't have to, it's nice to, this is nice to know you're in there getting it done. So it was good to chat.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for having me.
So
yeah, it's been a pleasure.
And thank you everyone for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And if you're watching on, listening on Spotify, don't forget to give us a follow. And as Barb said, we'll have you back on next year before her season starts, and we'll see how she does. So thank you all for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.